Hey everybody, it is Ways to Freedom Wednesday. I had to come up with that because Ways to Freedom is WTF. Normally call this Freedom Friday, but I've got an update that I wanted to give everybody because I promised I would, and I most definitely want to talk about stop walking on eggshells because that's an epiphany I had. So my goal today is to give you an update on me, which I promised, and talk about some of the things that I've learned going through this in the past several weeks, month, whatever it's been. Um, Sorry, let me turn the comments on. Hey, Wyatt. I haven't done one of these in a while because I really wanted to kind of get through COVID. Good afternoon, Ash, and see what it was that I was going to learn from it. And then, of course, the whole cancer thing threw me for a little bit of a loop because who expects that? So I wanted to give you an update there first. So on the cancer, you guys have asked, you have been amazing, you've been supportive, you've been loving and kind and well-wishing, and you have checked on me time and time again, and I cannot thank you enough for doing that. Don't stop. It means the world. Send me your positive thoughts. Send me your prayers. I'll take all of them together. Hey, Juliana. Hey, matey. Um, so here's the deal. I started radiation yesterday. So radiation, for whatever reason, thank you, God, is not as scary as chemo is. I have 39 daily weekday radiation treatments scheduled, and that's how they do it. So they do them 39 days in a row. I started yesterday. You can do the math. I had to look on the sheet to do the math, but I end right around July 14th, assuming that I don't miss anything and everything goes well. Thank you, Joe, so much. But guys, it's so far, yeah, it's mind blowing to be on a machine getting radiation. And it's a weird little feeling being by yourself. It's cold in there. Your brain could really F with you if you wanted it to. But I have to say that Dr. Diamond's office is amazing. I would recommend him anytime, anywhere. Thank you to Dr. Jake Jacobo for that recommendation. And shout out to all of my doctor friends, Shweta and Dr. Gutman and Dr. Jacobo and Dr. Rosado. I mean, there's so many friends that I have that have given me great advice. And instead of waiting, we decided to go ahead. I decided to go ahead and do the radiation. So I don't think I radiate right now, other than my shining. I don't know what. I tried to make a joke out of that, but I feel good. Thank you for checking in. Don't stop checking in. I love it. So please, please, please. I feel good about things. I feel good where I'm at. Yes, this is only going to be day 2 of the treatment, but I wanted you all to know I really, really appreciate it. I have prostate cancer. That's a great question, Wyatt. Apparently, I forgot to mention that before. But it's cancer. So you have that thought process. I'm just not going to let that win over me. And so I'm doing most of these promotions and updates because I think it's important for you to kind of see the journey. Is it scary? I guess right now I haven't felt the fear yet. I have definitely felt like, wow, this is a big deal and I have to accept it, kind of live in the moment and figure it out. Love and light, brother. Thank you, Ash. But what I can tell you it has done is it has initially I thought it made me more cantankerous, meaning a grumpy old man. Love you too, John. It has not. What it has done is opened my eyes to some of the things that I allow. And one of the biggest, probably if not the biggest, is that I have allowed myself to be in a position in an environment and relationships, business and professionally and personally, that I am walking on eggshells. And if I am learning one thing through all of this, is that that is an absolute waste of time and energy. And what do I mean by that? I should be in relationships where I can have an adult, open conversation with people. I should be able to say, hey, Ash happens to be on, this bothered me, without Ash losing his mind, unfriending me, blocking me, and talking about me. Now, Ash would never do that because he's an amazing friend. But I know you can relate. You have relationships right now that you're in. I do too. That I am not being 100% honest with the person because I am walking on eggshells, afraid of their reaction. And so, what I have decided to do after a couple of weeks of struggle with this is I've decided to addressed it. I have decided to reach out to the people and look at each of my relationships. And if I'm feeling that, then I'm going to say it. So everybody who's part of my life, get ready. Because what I have started to do is question things. And I have started to say, look, that doesn't make me feel comfortable. Here's why. Can we adjust it? Can we figure some way out? And if the reaction is super negative, and I can't fix it, then it's over. I'm not going to waste my time or my energy walking on eggshells around people when who knows what time we all have. So what a waste of energy that's been. So I want to give you some examples of some things that have happened. When people want to be on the show, I've bent over backwards because really the show is about promoting and showcasing the guests or whatever cause they're involved in, or their company or their corporate goals or whatever it is. And I have tolerated, and tolerated's the best word, and I have allowed myself to walk on eggshells around people, not wanting to push back because I wanted to seem like, which is what I truly am, the happy-go-lucky guy. But in doing so, I've allowed people to treat me in a certain way when it comes to the show, as if they are doing me a big favor by being on the show. Let me go on record as saying, no one, I'm not sure anyone, Jesus maybe, if you came on my show, it's doing good for you. Yes, it helps the community, but please don't treat it like you're doing me a favor. I'm thankful for the time I get to spend with the guests and what I learn. I'm thankful that we're able to impact the community the way we are with all of these amazing guests. But I have actually recently turned away multiple people from being on the show because their attitude sucked and their approach to me sucked. And I felt like I was walking on eggshells and that they were doing me a favor to be on the show. And so they are no longer part of the show game plan. And I just want to put it out there that the show is 100% voluntary. We do it for the community. We do it for you. I do it because I love to help people. And if you're not in that mindset and you're not cooperative, you need to find another show to be on. So that's where I'm at as far as that's concerned. And then I also want to talk about my relationships. I think it's super important that we don't walk on eggshells around our relationships. And one of the things that I have allowed because of my business, I'm in the mortgage business. I'm a loan officer. I work for the amazing home team of Freedom Mortgage. And I have separated out my relationships into business, pure pleasure. And what I want to do is begin to have real conversations with people, my friends, my circle, the people who are connected to me on social media, and see where that relationship lies. So if you have a relationship with another lender, just because I ask you what your relationship is, I hope that you understand that I respect whatever the answer is, but it should be okay for me to ask. If we're going to just maintain a strictly personal relationship and that relationship is worthy of that time, then I'm going to continue it. But if you're on the outskirts and you like to capitalize on my posts and you want to go to my meetings and you want to attend the things that I'm doing on a professional level, and yet we don't really have a friendship to speak of, and we don't have a business relationship, those are going to be over. So I just want to let you know, don't take it in a bad way. I'm going to reach out to all of my people regularly on a regular basis and say, hey, where's our relationship? Where are we at? Because folks, if you're not supporting the people that you say you're friends with in one way, shape, or form, whether it whatever it is, if you're not supporting them in what they're doing, then maybe that relationship isn't where it should be, and maybe that relationship is a shell of what it used to be. So I'm not saying that in order for you to be my friend, you have to do business with me. Quite the opposite. I just want to know where we stand. Do you want to do business with me? Great. If you don't, I'd like to know why. If you don't tell me why and the relationship is worth it, in my opinion, and there's much more reciprocity and that we get along on a friendship level, then 1000% we're going to stay together. But if all you want to do is tap into me, my energy, my happiness, my contacts, my database, and you want to use me and my platform as a way to generate more business for you and not include me, then I'm going to say go find somebody else. And I say that with love, as my friend Kat Brower always says, everything's said with love. So I encourage all of you to really evaluate. Are you stepping on eggshells? Are you walking around on eggshells in your relationships, professionally and personally? And if so, why? Why are you tolerating that? Why are you allowing that? Why is that that relationship so important that you're willing to give up your own peace of mind and your own time in order for that relationship to still be to still thrive, but not thrive in a positive way? If it's not bringing you joy, if it's not a positive relationship, then I say you question it. And so what I'm doing is simply doing that, going through my database, going through and reaching out, really checking on people, figuring out where that's at. Because if it's crowded with all these people who are peripherally part of my life, it is not allowing the people in who could be deeply involved in my life. And I think all of us face that. So I just want to encourage you to stop walking on eggshells around people. And if you are, to question it. I want to thank you for all the love and support through this crazy cancer journey that we're going through. I feel good. I feel like I know that I'm going to kick its butt. And I appreciate all of your words of advice and your insights and your love and support. Please, guys, get out there. You have this time. Make a big difference. Make an impact on your life. Stop walking on eggshells. I love all of you. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Mwah. Bye.